Downhill skateboarding and street luge are considered the ultimate challenge. Highly talented, fearless competitors hurtling down unforgivingly steep, hair-raisingly tight and twisting circuits at breakneck speeds on state-of-the-art, highly technical skateboards. Welcome to the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship, the WDSC, a multi-event international series showcasing the spectacular sporting disciplines of downhill skateboarding and street luge in their purest forms, heralding a new and exciting era for the sport. Brought to life by the World Gravity Sports Federation and UK-based race marketing and management, the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship is set to take downhill street sports to the next level.
It's so good. It's so good to have a resumption of a race series. So it's so good to see, number one, the whole community, because everyone's together again. You know, the international community is coming back.
Well, I'd just like to thank the WDSC for all their efforts to putting this really big event together, and hope in the future we can do many more events like this where we can all come together and get all the media and everyone gets more exposure and more sponsors so we can go to more races and just grow the sport.
The inaugural series in 2022 consisted of 3 European races, and it all began in Monticiano, Siena, Italy, with the Thermal Speed Tempo International Race, where an impressive international entry gathered for round 1 of Czechia in what ultimate challenge against the track and all the elements. The 12th annual Kozakov race gathered the world's best downhill skateboarders and lugers for a classic event. The third and final round was held in Turkey in the famous UNESCO World Heritage Site of Cappadocia, the historical region in central Turkey. A region as old as civilization itself, now a mecca for tourists, and with attractions such as the ferry chimneys, 37 underground cities, the Ohlada Valley, and of course, the famous hot air ballooning. In this program, we'll take a close look at all the luge and women's skate action from WDSC. Let's have a look at the first round of the series in Monticiano, Italy. Among the top competitors in street luge are some formidable riders, as the world's top street luge talent get ready to battle it out in Monticiano with the likes of Mikel Echegaray of Spain.
Wow, I'm very happy being here. I love racing in Italy. The events are really good people. It's always fun to be here with all the family.
Former world champion Colby Parks of Canada. Malaysian sensation Abdul Madzan, German talent Martin Witzigmann, and a host of top-notch riders from all over the world, including strong Italian, British, and Spanish contingents. In the women's downhill skateboarding, it was a star-studded field, including the sensational Malaysian rider Grace Wong, Belgian talent Yasmin Hanegraaff, Swiss ace Livia Waldberger, and Waldberger's Swiss compatriot Tamara Prater. In the second quarterfinal heat, it was British riders George Cheeseman and Peter Elliott, along with Frenchman David Frega and Spaniard Rafael Causafe. The racing is tight behind Cheeseman on that tough third corner. Peter Elliott has too much speed, he can't pull through and goes into the hay. Cheeseman rides the race out for a comfortable win as he takes the heat with Frega second, both riders moving into the semis. In the third heat, it was Martin Witzigmann of Germany, Colby Parks of Canada, Julien Girardin of France, and Gabriele Maggiorelli of Italy. Parks leads at the top of the hill with Witzigmann behind him in second, followed by Girardin third and Maggiorelli fourth. Heading into the chicane, no change in positions as Colby Parks maintains his excellent rhythm to glide through with Witzigmann in pursuit. The Canadian takes the heat win ahead of Witzigmann. On to the last. Amador Suarez of Spain, Abdul Madzan of Malaysia, and Andrea Morellini of Italy. Abdulmadzan storms into the lead on the opener with some strong arm work. This heat is all about Abdulmadzan, who closes out the win with a perfect run. The action's not over yet, though, as the battle for second heats up. Morellini and Suarez neck and neck heading into the finish line, and Suarez manages to pass Morellini at the last second. Great racing from both, as Abdulmadzan and Suarez are in the semis. The semi-finals, where riders battle it out for a place in the finals. Heat 1, great start from Spanish rider Echegaray, as he has no trouble through the first curve and heading into the second with a good lead. Echegaray gets to the straight just before the final chicane, on course for victory and a place in the final. Huge gap as the other three riders bunch up behind, looking to make that final push for second place. Mikel Echegaray wins the first semi-final heat and books his place in the final with a start-to-finish win. George Cheeseman finishes a very solid second place to book the other slot. And so, the second semi-final heat, Abdulmadzan starts to open the gap with the other three riders, but Witzigmann and Colby Parks are neck and neck for second position behind the Malaysian, Colby pulling ahead. The gin tonic curve, and look at Witzigmann now catching up with Colby Parks in a bid for second, and the riders are neck and neck. This will be close. But on the fifth curve, it's Colby Parks who manages to slip past Witzigmann and into second position. The last chicane, can Witzigmann give one last push to catch and overhaul Parks? Abdulmadzan is a comfortable semi-final Heat 2 winner. Colby Parks books the last place in the four-man final as Witzigmann and Suarez make do with a consolation final. The final of the women's downhill stand-up skateboarding category saw a star-studded Final Four vying for victory in Monticiano. Great start from Yasmin Hanegraaff. The Belgian takes the lead with some strong legwork, but Grace Wong is gaining speed and the Malaysian rider takes the lead before the first turn. But just in the first turn, Tamara Prater takes a fall, as does her compatriot Livia Waldberger, both Swiss riders tumbling out of the final and onto the other side of the chicane. They go in fast into the turn. Grace Wong can't take the turn. She goes hurtling into the hay at full speed, and that leaves Yasmin Hanegraaff in full control of the race, and all she has to do is ride it out. Coming into the last turn with an unassailable lead is Belgian Yasmin Hanegraaff, the only rider who managed to avoid a fall, and she reaps the rewards as she heads to victory in Monticiano. But the drama continues for second place in the final straight. Grace Wong puts it all on the line for a sensational last gasp effort as she just manages to find the speed to pass Livia Waldberger. The final results of the women's stand-up downhill skateboard. Big win for Yasmin Hanegraaff of Belgium, Grace Wong runner-up, and Livia Waldberger taking the third step of the podium in Monticiano. Riders left, who will take the Thermal Speed Temple title. The final of Monticiano, the racers are off. Good speed for to lead proceedings at the top of the hill. But then it's Colby Parks on the attack. The Canadian finds the speed to take on Cheeseman, passing the British rider as Colby moves into third, and now he sets his sights on Abdulmadzan as Cheeseman gets bumped back to fourth. They go into the last chicane. This is going to be very tight, all three riders together. Abdulmadzan trying to sneak through on the inside of Echegaray, but Echegaray closes the Malaysian out. And that's all she wrote. Mikel Echegaray takes it. Abdulmadzan and Colby Parks come in right behind him. A valiant effort from both riders who make the podium here. Cheeseman coming in fourth.
Was good. Good final. These guys pushed really hard. I tried to do my best to stay in front and I got it. So good.
And the final results, the round one Thermal Speed Temple Street Luge champion in Monticiano is Mikel Echegaray. Runner-up, Abdulmadzan of Malaysia, with the third step on the podium going to Canadian Colby Parks. Kozakov, Czechia is a veritable skating magnet that has hosted the world's best downhill skateboarders and luge riders almost consecutively for the last 12 years, the only break being 2020 and 2021 due to COVID. It was a whole celebration in Kozakov as the season moved into top gear, with dozens of the world's best converging for a sensational weekend of downhill racing that included men's and women's downhill skateboard and street luge. In the first quarterfinal heat, it was Mikel Echegaray-Diaz, Martin Witzigmann, David Frege, and Konstantin Weigl. Frege and Weigl each other in a fight for third. But then in first, Colby Parks in second, Amador Suarez third, and Juan Calvo fourth. Diego Gonzalez leads third as things get shaken up in Heat 2. The final chicane of Heat 2, Colby Parks has got it. He moves into the semis alongside the Heat runner-up, Amador Suarez. Unlucky heat for Diego Gonzalez. He bows out in the quarters as heat. Victor Lorente has a great start. Good arm work from the Spaniard as he takes the early lead. Catches the lead from Lorente and he never looks back. The heat winner is Andrei Ilic with Victor Lorente second, both riders booking their place in the semis. Zan pushes his way off to a good start to take the lead out of the start gate. Dominic Pesta, Venezuela in second. Abdelmadzan opening his lead to take the heat win in convincing style. Dominic Pesta managed to hold off Swatkowski to take the other semi. Pushes hard at the start and it pays off. The Spaniard leading proceedings early on. Colby Parks is making his move. Parks sneaks in through the inside there. The two are locked in a dead heat. Who will prevail? Manages to get past Witzigmann, and Colby Parks caps a brilliant run with second position as Witzigmann now gives chase to the Canadian. The final chicane, Echegaray opens a huge gap. He's almost certainly got this, but the fight is still on for the second final slot between Parks and Witzigmann. Colby Parks puts it all out there to hold on and stave off the German attack. Parks joins Echegaray in the finals as Witzigmann and Amador Suarez proceed to the consolation final. The second semifinal heat, the heat is on. Victor Lorente off to another very strong start with some excellent arm work, but Abdelmadzan is on the attack. Look out for this guy. The Malaysian prodigy builds that momentum with some smooth gliding and cool steering as he wrests the lead from Lorente. And just before the fourth corner, Andrei Ilic passes Victor Lorente to take second as Abdelmadzan continues to lead. Into the last chicane, Abdelmadzan is in, but who will come in second? Andrei Ilic still has Victor Lorente on his tail. Abdelmadzan in the finals, and it's Andrei Ilic who holds Lorente off to take the last remaining final slot. The final of the women's category at Kozakov. Who would be the queen of the hill? Grace Wong, Miriam Weisschuk, Mariana Mashasna, and Anna Pixner. The riders are off. Great start from Grace Wong. Powerful legwork as she pushes into the lead at the top of the hill. Anna Pixner falls before the first turn and she's passed by Weisschuk, who moves into third. Seconds later, Mariana Mashasna also falls as Miriam Weisschuk finds herself in second behind race leader Grace Wong, with Anna Pixner up again and passing Mariana to move into third. Coming into the third corner, Grace Wong leading, Miriam Weisschuk giving chase to the Malaysian. But it's another fall for both Mariana and Anna, who collide. They get up quick and manage to continue, but the gap is virtually insurmountable now as they race for the third step of the podium. Grace Wong was first to the last chicane, but she had trouble managing her speed, hitting the hay barriers. Fortunately, she was back up and at it quick, and she held point in first. Weisschuk got through the last chicane in second, with Mariana Mashasna third. Grace Wong gets it. She is the queen of Kozakov. Good runner-up result. Anna Pixner fourth.
take a win at Kozakov was really a dream come true, especially the turmoil of today with the rain, the sun, the patches. It's a good day.
The final of the Luge at Kozakov. 4 riders left. Who will be the 2022 Kozakov King? The final is on. Abdulmadzan makes an excellent start yet again, arms pumping as he takes the early lead at the top of the hill. Just before the first corner, brilliant attack from Colby Parks, who passes Czech rider Andrej Ilic to move up into third. Running very smoothly in first, race leader Abdulmadzan as he leads the finalists into the second corner. But that pavement is wet and slippery. Abdulmadzan just can't take the turn. The Malaysian hits the hay. He recovers quickly, but not quickly enough as he relinquishes his lead to Michel Echegaray. The Spaniard is the new race leader. Abdulmadzan suddenly finds himself in fourth and last place with a lot of ground to cover, but there's still a lot of track left. At the fourth corner, Andrej Ilic closing the gap with Echegaray, the 2 riders locking horns with the Kozakov title at stake here. This could be an epic fight now until the finish line. The final chicane, this will be tight as Andrej Ilic moves up and challenges Echegaray. Can he do it? Can the Czech rider wrest the lead and the win in these final few stretches? And Andrej Ilic does it at the last chicane. This is sensational. The Czech rider, the local hero, the underdog, wins the 2022 Kozakov title. Straight by a mere half point. A sensational round 2. Andrej Ilic is the last man standing. The Czech champion of Kozakov. Michel Echegaray runner-up and Colby Parks on the final step of the podium in third.
I would never expect to be first at Kozakov because normally Mikel or Colby or other lugers are winning and they are world champions. And this is really great experience to be first, and I really love the moment where I overtook the Mikel in the last corner.
On the planet descended on Turkey for round 3 of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship site of Cappadocia, the historical region in central Turkey. The 3-kilometer course, which drops 300 meters, featured 12 turns, all of them hairpins, and long straight sections on a course which was sure to challenge the best of the best in downhill skateboarding. In the semi-final, we have 3 riders. Madzan produces some. Parks is currently in second place with Minna running in third just behind the Canadian. Minna has some great speed on the start straight and moves past Parks to drop into second. Parks finds a blast of speed and powers past Minna to move into second. Through the final turn and over the line, Abdulmadzan takes first place and he's joined in the final by Colby Parks, who does finish in second. 4 riders are lined up, eager to get the battle underway in the second of the semifinals. We're off, and it's a powerful start from Frege, who quickly gets into the lead with Weigel close behind in second, Spate in third, Urs in fourth. Drama on the first turn, though, as Urs crashes into the bay hails. Thankfully, she appears to be unhurt, but is now too far back to challenge for a place in the final. We are through to the final turn, and over the line, it's Frege who takes the win in semi-final 2, with Andrew Spate in second. They both progress to the final, where Abdulmadzan and Colby Parks are waiting. We're getting ready with the women's street luge final between Elche Minna and Julie Ertz. The race is on, and Minna is powerful out of the start and storms away into the lead. Minna is putting together a flawless race. If she can keep it clean and error-free, she can build a big lead over Urs. A hair-raising moment from Urs as she almost loses control, but thankfully she's able to continue. In the end, Minna was too strong, clean in the turns, fast on the straights, and she takes first place by a healthy margin, and Julie Urs finishes in second. Start, as does Grace Wong, who's over on the rider's left. But huge drama right out of the start as Tyler falls and the sparks are flying as she takes down the Belgian Hanegraaff. They want to take the win. Wong and Weischuk enter the first corner and both of them fallen. What drama we've got in the women's final. Wong still leads, but here comes Hanegraaff. She's powering down the mountain and catches Weischuk and is now front, but it looks like she's struggling with her wheels on this road surface. As we enter the fourth corner, Hanegraaff is now past Grace Wong. First it's Tyler who gets past her quickly, followed by Weischuk, and the early race leader is now down in falls again. She's been in the wars today. Weischuk gets past. And on the finish line, it's Yasmin Hanegraaff from Belgium. Weischuk finishes in track. Selena Tyler finishes fourth. What a race from Hanegraaff after getting caught up in a crash right out of the start. She has battled her way from the back of the pack to take the race win. A stunning performance from the Belgian.
It was an amazing race. This is really racing. We had a crash in the beginning with pushing, so I had to take my board, catch up, managed to take over Miri and Grace, and managed to get down first.
In the year-end World Championship standings, Grace Wong takes home the world podium in every event, including a magnificent win in Kozakov. Hanegraaff finishes the year in second place with 2 wins. The 5th place in Kozakov costing her the world title. 3rd place goes to Miriam Weischuk from Germany. Time now for one last final in the men's luge. In this one we've got Abdulmadzan, David Frega, Colby Parks, and Andrew Spates. Here we go with the start, and it's a strong, powerful start with the great arm work by Madzan, and he manages to. Frega finds his speed on the opening straight and moves up to second, pushing the Canadian Colby Parks down to third. But Parks attacking to get that position back. Madzan is looking supremely confident out there as he sets his sights on the win here in Cappadocia and the World Championship title. David Frega from France is looking good in second. He's had a tough season, not making the final in any other race, but he's found his form in Turkey. What a race Abdulmadzan is putting together. Into the 10th corner, one of the toughest on the track, and Frega makes a mistake and almost loses. To be Frega and Parks are onto the last corner. They are neck and neck. Parks is trying to gain speed and make the pass on the inside, but Frega holds him off and crosses the line to take second.
I'm so happy, and I want just to continue to learn, to go fast with fun, with this big family to downhill. So I'm so happy.
It's getting cold and dark, and I'm just hoping that we can finish everything here before it gets dark, and thankfully, we managed to finish it. So really glad to be out here, so thank you so much.
The final standings then in the open street luge. The win going to Abdulmadzan from Malaysia with a dominating performance. Second place to David Frega from France, picking up his first podium finish of the season. Third place goes to Colby Parks from Canada, with Andrew Spate from the UK finishing fourth. In the championship standings, Abdulmadzan, thanks to his win here, takes home the world title. Parks finishes second after hitting the podium in every race, with third going to Mikel Echegaray from Spain. What a race, what a season, and we'll see you in